Up next, we're looking at Peloton here. So obviously earnings came out yesterday, and price gapped really hard, and looked like it wanted to maybe start filling this gap, but I don't think so as of today. Granted, there's still 4 hours left on this candle, but you can see it pulled up and is also rejecting backwards. So I don't think price is going to fill this gap, and I'm actually going to put a area right here so we can see that's kind of where our lower liquidity area once was. So I mean, maybe price after like tomorrow or next week we'll try to fill this gap, but I am not banking on it. I actually want to look at this on larger time frame here. So yeah, this is at all-time lows obviously, and you can see this weekly candle. If you can drag this area here, this was our previous area of all-time lows and resistance. Oh, I can't do it on the weekly. Hang on a second here. So we'll drag this across. This is perfect, man. Price doesn't lie. So you can see rejected, 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 rejected here, gapped below, and now is below this area. So it might try to fill it, but it also might not. And you can see this weekly candle, if it closes anything like this, which I assume it will close like this, you know, way below this area. So eventually price may come back up and retest this, but it is super bearish obviously, and it's way below this moving average. So yeah, I would only be looking to short Peloton, to be honest, and it'd probably be something like this just to start, just to see. This is our, as of right now, this is the only liquidity area that we know at, you know, the most recent liquidity area above us, above current prices. So we don't know how it's going to act once it gets up here, but if it does come up here, then we can wait and see. And then I'd be looking for a short position somewhere to, you know, the bottom of current prices kind of thing. So I'd probably shoot for this nice even number, so about $5. Price loves whole numbers, so this is what you want to target. So you got $5 here at the bottom, and then to the upside you have, you know, like you just look for the closest whole number ish, so about $6.75. I wouldn't say we quite have $7, so $6.75 is our potential new high for liquidity, but we'll have to see how this plays out. So I'd be looking for price to come back up here and then look for a short position back down to about $5, and then possibly holding it further, but then it gets a little iffy. You kind of just want to target, you want to target known areas. So now we know that like roughly $5 is the low. So yes, it could go lower than $5, but we don't know that. But we know it's been pretty much $5 before. It's been, you know, $5.05. So I think $5 is reasonable. And then what could happen is actually, as price gets up to this area, it might start creating a lower liquidity zone right before this 675. So maybe around 650-ish, it could do it. So I would keep that, I would keep that in mind as well. So price might not make it back up to 675, and we might have to look for a short position before that. The first thing that also comes to mind is a Fibonacci retracement of price. So because it gapped so heavily and has been only straight down, this could retrace potentially. And I mean, this 38.2 level, which is pretty significant when it comes to retracements, especially if this is heavily bearish, which I do believe it is, and I mean price shows us that it is very bearish. 38.2 mark would be considered a decent retracement for a really bearish you know, stock, right, based on structure. So usually I would wait for a deeper retracement into the 50% or the 618, but because this is so bearish and because the trend is so heavy, I would be fine with a 38.2, which puts us right in this area here, you know, between 650 and you know, $7 kind of thing. So that also really aligns well, so I like that to keep in mind. Yeah, so as of right now, I'm looking for, you know, price to come back up. I would not look for any sort of buys. You can see even today's selling off, so I mean, there's a chance that this doesn't even come up at all. There's a chance that this just breaks below $5, right? So totally possible, but I would just wait for price to come back up to 675 if it decides it wants to, and look for rejections. You know, look for something. I'll actually go like this. So we're going to look for price to, as of right now, just based on technicals, looking at this, looking for price to come back up to this area, reject 675, break below 675, retest this area, let structure all set up for the bears, and then boom, enter your short position, something like this. And it might be a next month scenario, most likely. I don't think it's going to move up this much in the last week of the month kind of thing. So we have, today's Thursday, so we have tomorrow and then a few days next week, 4 days I think, let's see. Yeah, 4 trading days next week, but for the rest of the month. But so yeah, I could see this being a next month play for sure. Something like this, I think, is really possible. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you want me to keep you updated on this. I can definitely do that, and check back on this, in a week or so, and see where it's at, and see if the short position is coming to fruition. So that is Peloton.